A Shalom Akyam of the elect out of the nation of Israel. Shalom to the sincere Akyam who are still fighting the good fight of faith, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raka'ah Kodesh. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which are the man that taught me the 100% truth according to the law and the prophets. And today I was on my walk, my night walk, and I was meditating on how, us brothers in the faith, we still have access to buying and selling. Okay, you might be a brother that you might work at a car dealership. Okay, you might work at selling insurance. Any job that has to do with selling. Selling a service. Okay, and obviously, everybody has the access in general to buy what goods and services. You're still able to go to your local drive-through. Okay, you're still able to go to your local supermarket and buy goods and services, whether it's needs, okay, or wants. Clothing. You're still able to buy water, food. Okay, you're still able to get your 8 hours of sleep. Okay, so the title of this lesson, okay, is none of us brothers is truly catching hell, and that's of a truth. Okay, at times we might go through. Okay, that's the word, not to, but go through. Different scenarios, as Akyam, like it tells you here in this precept. Okay, let me get a precept real quick. This is 1 Peter 5:9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Okay, I'll start a verse before that. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, which is Esau, Edom. Okay, not just Esau, Edom, but the potential 2/3 of our people. Okay, as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And how does Esau seeks to devour the men of the Lord? Well, he displays a lot of sin. When our forefather King David, he spoke about the valley of the shadow of death, man. Mainly, if you are truly a man of the Lord, Esau will do whatever it takes to cast you down from your excellency. Matter of fact, let me get a precept. This is Psalm 62:4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. See, so this precept, it applies to you, Akim, to you brothers. And your excellency is what? You were made, or you are made in the image of Yahweh Bashmal Shai, and this devil, Esau, Edom, 2/3 of our people potentially, okay, starting here in Babylon the Great, or wherever you're at, whatever part of the four winds of the earth, at any location, if you're a man of the Lord, you're going to go through, okay, attacks, spiritual attacks, physical attacks, and that's not to say, you're truly catching hell, because though you're getting attacked, by different, spirits, you're still able to buy and sell. So truly, you're not catching hell, because, catching hell is getting, persecuted. Okay, having to go from town to town, city to city, not being able to make videos, not being able to, have access to, your phone, your iPhone, your Android. Okay, you don't have access to your family members. Okay, you might be homeless. Homeless is another example of truly catching hell. Because even these homeless jakes in the world, they still have access to getting in front of these 7-Elevens, these different corner stores, asking for money, asking for a dollar, $2, a penny, whatever it is. They still have access to buying and selling. So truly, okay, even these people of the world who are so-called homeless, they're truly not catching hell. Okay, catching hell truly is getting persecuted, not being able to sleep well because of your of your enemies persecuting you, man. And a good example is King David and his own bloodline from a different tribe, Saul. David had to go through a prolonged time of hell, truly catching hell, running to the wilderness, the different caves, having to fast for a few days, barely having any strength, having to use guile in order to operate wisely with other Israelites. Okay, these are examples of truly catching hell. Hey, even Yahushua said what? Hey, foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. See that? So that's another example of truly catching hell. Having not having access to specific needs, especially because wants would be more like a physical thing. You want a necklace, you want a bracelet, you want specific shoes. But the needs, like it tells you in the book of Sirach, I think that's the 39th chapter, your needs would be what? Fire, water, oil, necessities. Us brothers, we still have access to all that, man. But truly catching hell is when you have no access to these necessities that are needed to so-called survive. That's why it tells you in the book of Habakkuk, the just shall live by faith, man. You see, so when us brothers in the faith, Lord willing, we're able to catch real hell, like it tells you in the book of Acts, through much hell, through much tribulation, shall we enter into the kingdom of the Heavenly Father. The only way us brothers, the only way to have a good success in order to overcome, Esau's New World Order, we're going to have to operate solely on faith, because, the works will follow us, the works that we did, highways and hedges, exhorting, edifying, reading, praying, the hard part, so to speak, of the ministry, that's going to be pretty much, kind of like saved or programmed, in you, because, when all hell break loose, man, all those works you did, okay, they will be already recorded by Yahweh Shemel Shai. Now is your turn to operate, in faith. Okay, you're gonna have to, solely operate, okay, in Yahweh Shemel Shai. Psalm 62:4. They only console to cast him down from his excellency, and they delight in lies. Yeah, another example of catching hell is when you get demonized. When you see your picture might be in a billboard, okay, might be on television, your local news. Esau will use artificial intelligence to lie on the man of the Lord. That's an example of how Esau delights in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inward. You see? So these are just examples of how Esau seeks to devour the men of the Lord. 1 Peter 5:9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Okay, but what I got right here, okay, I got a quick example of what truly means to catch hell. A good example, brothers have, you know, brothers that like movies, action movies. Okay, if you ever seen The Matrix, there's the main character by the name of Keanu Reeves. Okay, he made a trilogy, or not even a trilogy. Matter of fact, I think there's 4 movies now. Yeah, there's 4 movies of Keanu Reeves playing as John Wick, and a lot of his scenes. Hey, all you see is just him getting persecuted, man. Him getting excommunicado on the on the left hand side. For example, here, what is excommunicado mean in John Wick? It says excommunicado is a state in which a former continental member. So this is going to apply when Esau establishes his so-called New World Order. Okay, when that mark of the beast, the RFID implantable microchip via artificial intelligence, takes place. You're a so-called citizen, resident, whatever immigration status you have with Esau Edom. Okay, you're like onto a continental member. Okay, and if you don't bow down to this devil's image, his mark, and his number, okay, that's like unto breaching the rules of the New World Order, and you lose all your rights. And those rights are what? A buying and selling. Okay, let me get a precept. So when that time comes, when you're not able to, buy, okay, Esau's goods and services, okay, with the physical currency, okay, then that's truly catching hell, because you will be in one of those lists. Okay, you're gonna be on the devil's watch. Many have sinned. I think that's Sirach 27. You're gonna have a lot of so-called brothers who were just bullshitting, man. A lot of you brothers who are bullshitting, who are not building up your faith. You're not building up your spiritual currency. You're not investing in these spiritual attributes of the truth. This is what's going to happen to you. Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh abundance will turn his eyes away. Yeah, a lot of you the Akim who are not build up in the faith. Okay, you're going to turn your eyes from the law, man. Okay, from the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is verse 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so the sin stick close between buying and selling. See, so that ultimate temptation, like the scriptures speak about, the hour of temptation. And you're gonna have brothers who you thought were brothers. Man, I thought it was a real Akim, but if you have the spirit of discernment, the spirit of being able to examine a brother's discipline, because how you're able to tell if a brother will be able to endure Jacob's trouble, man. Just look at his patterns of discipline. Is this a brother who takes care of his body? Is this a brother who speaks about prayers. Is he fasting on specific things? Is he speaking about how or every other week he might speak to you about how he's examining himself? He's always asking questions. These are the examples of men of the Lord. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, Akim. Give me like 20 seconds real quick. So like I was saying, man, it's because every time I make a video lesson, there's always some type of spirit that just passes by, man. I don't like when, personally as a brother, when I'm doing a lesson, there's like a specific noise, a specific sound, or spirit just walking right in front of me. I just don't like them listening. I don't want them to. I'm trying to be low key, man. At times, using wisdom. So a lot of times, a lot of these spirits might be, agents, and I just try to keep it on the low, man. But yeah, 2 Timothy 3:12. It says, give me another 20 seconds. Okay, I'm slog. The fuck? Never misses. It's fucking Jake, man. Jake with the loud ass voice. He's like 2 blocks away. Could hear his fucking voice, man. But this is 2 Timothy 3:12. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach, Yahushua shall suffer persecution. See that? So if you go against, that's a lot, man. If you go against the ways of the New World Order, what's going to happen? Persecution. And that's truly an example of catching hell. And when that happens, Akim are going to be, going from town to town, city to city, like Yahushua did. Even Yahushua said, he said what? He said, Matthew 10:22, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. Right? This is Yahushua speaking to his disciples, because the disciples got persecuted. A lot of them got put to death. If not, all of them got put to death. They were known as mortals. Okay? Why? Because they had the testimony, the spirit of prophecy in them. So how much more, brothers in these last days now? The scriptures speak about how, the Lord's going to leave an adequate amount of, brothers who will not taste death, who are going to be able to, receive spiritual powers and finally, put Esau, in his place. It says, but when they persecute you in the city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye should not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. See, you might be a brother that might live in San Francisco. Shit, you might end up in New York. See, you might end up in fucking Canada. Hey, you might end up across the border. Okay, you might end up in Tijuana, in Mexico. See, you might end up in fucking in the desert of Arizona. You might end up in the high elevations of Montana, Utah, New Mexico, Arizona. You might end up in Death Valley, 125 degrees Celsius and shit, man. But hey, that's 12 Yahweh Shemel Shai, depending on your lot. That's how you're gonna end up. You're gonna end up in these specific locations. Okay, this is Matthew 24:21. But then shall But then shall be great tribulation. So this is truly catching hell, man. The great tribulation when shit mayhem. There's mayhem in the streets. You have a FEMA. Okay, you're not able to operate your vehicle. Okay, you're not able to, you lose your job. You don't have access to your children anymore. Okay, you won't be able to see them anymore until the kingdom. You see, that's truly catching hell, man. You're not able to, sleep in your couch anymore or your bed. Can be able to watch Netflix and go to different drive-throughs or go to the bars with Akim. These so-called glorious Babylonian days are almost over, man, and you brothers gotta rejoice. You gotta rejoice because the end is nigh. Okay, so when everything starts shutting down, when Esau starts executing his squeeze on these different cities, you gotta rejoice. Okay, and that's when that truly catching hell. Okay, and how the Lord's going to finally see who really is down for his name. Okay, that's gonna happen in that great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, man. So it's gonna get so bad out here, like it tells you in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter. It's gonna get so bad out here, man. You're gonna have Michael the archangel. You might have Uriel out here, Gabriel. The different angels. Whether they're high level angels on the right side or low level angels. You're gonna have these brothers helping the men of the Lord because of how hellish it's gonna be. So what other precept I have? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I got the definition of to catch hell. It says to be severely reprimanded, punished, or beaten. Okay, beaten. And that could happen too, man. Esau's gonna bring. Matter of fact, recently I read this article how the Babylonian ex-president, Donald Trump, he signed various I think it was an executive order how they're bringing the firing squad back, man. They're bringing these different draconian laws back to Babylon, man. That's Esau's hatred, and that's all part of the new world order, man. You see what's happening with the BRICS. Hey, by next year, 2024, you're gonna have BRICS uniting with 4 or 5 more nations, man, and that's gonna literally, it's gonna literally make the Babylonian dollar to collapse, man. It's gonna get weak because everybody's gonna go digital. Everybody's already calling Russia that they want to join their program of the new world order. Yeah, you had different NATO nations who have been calling Russia and these different BRICS, China and South Africa, that they want to join, and a lot of them have been rejected, man. You see, because they already have their own little thing going on. They got NATO. Okay, but hey, that's gonna be the start of World War III, man. Gonna have NATO. Okay, you're gonna have NATO, the EU versus the BRICS, the BRICS plus these whatever nations that are gonna join together, pursuing to Ezekiel the 38th chapter, man. So hey, the real hell's is coming, Akim. Real true hell's coming when, again, being homeless, not being able to buy and sell, operating solely on faith. Sleeping in, you might end up sleeping in the sewer, man. Sewer, fucking trash can, or just depending on your lot, man. Every brother has their own lot, their own affliction their own cup that they have to drink out of, man. So again, none of us brothers is truly catching hell. You can still buy, okay, or sell. That one is say shalom.